Welcome to this series where we are playing Holland in an attempt to learn EU5. And to that end, I want to say, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. And I just want to reflect on my original starting concept of playing Holland, because my original plan was to play Holland to learn the economy. I think underneath that was a little bit too adventurous. I think for a first playthrough, I think the focus needs to be very much on learning the core mechanics and understanding the basics. And to that end, I think I actually if I come in here and show the missions, the missions are already selected. I'm doing the economy, but truthfully, what I should have done is the politics. I think the economy missions are a little bit very involved, and they've been a little bit of a deflection. And I would strongly recommend, if you want to learn EU5, I would still recommend starting as Holland, but I would say don't take the economy mission, take the politics mission. And to that end, if we come into here, I think, so we've now got to the bottom of the first tree. I think we've got to expand the market. We have all the markets agree. I think that is requirement not met. One of these, it says always. I'm not actually sure why that says requirement not met. Or does it say the task will take 0 days to complete? If I unpause and we click on that, no, okay. Just let the game. The game's on pause because the Parliament's active. And then we've got to secure the sea trade. We have an equal to 50% of the expected ships in the Navy. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Or we have greater or equal to 1 light ship. Again, I don't really understand what that actually is. But anyway, we're going to sort that out. Now, again, before I unpause, I just want to talk about something else. That is that this series will come to an end when one of two things happens. One, we finish the COD Wars here. And the other one is with the 1.0.8 update drops into the stable branch. Because I'm starting to feel that I've probably got enough from this series to learn the basics, and I think maybe it's time to broaden the horizon a little bit. Plus the fact that because of the COD Wars and a couple of bad judgments, I feel that this series, I feel that things are going a bit flat and we're going to get a bit stuck in a rut. So that's going to be the approach going forward. At the moment, the only thing I can say is that there's a toss-up between two countries for the next series, which will be Castile or Hungary, and hopefully one of those will allow time to develop them, to understand and develop the market. Anyway, we're going to go in to the landage. We're going to put it onto Hague. What are we going to go for? My instinct is to increase ties with the neighbours, because I want to try and stay friendly while we're solving the aftermath of the Black Death, because we've still got a very weak economy due to the fact that the Black Death is virtually killed a lot of my population. I think we'll go increase ties with the neighbours. To get the 38%. Okay, and then we'll take a quick look at what the options are. Focus on the land. We're upset the burghers lose Navy tradition, which is social. I think this event actually, as this is worth talking about. I was reading something and the discussion was a little bit around, the values here about whether you go navy or land. Now, obviously, Holland, because it's got a coastal line here, would go full on navy. And this is quite a key decision that you need to think about and this is quite a key decision which will run through the game, is deciding on whether you're going to stay land base or navy base. This is and this is the type of thing that you do need to actually do. At the moment, we got a nice push towards the navy, and hopefully that will develop over time. Anyway, back to the Parliament. Focus on the land. Support for spiritualist ideas. That will upset them. Demand new marketplaces. We're upsetting the royalty again. They seem to be permanently upset at the moment. That is also partly down to the hook and cod war that's currently running. At the time, I didn't realise that when I chose the side, I chose cods, which was the burghers. And what that does is give malices against the opposite. The hooks are the aristocracy. So if we demand a new marketplace, start constructing a marketplace in Alkmaar, market village, it will cost. We'll go negative with that though. I think we're going to do it. We're going to lose money, but I think we've already borrowed money once, so that will give us, should in theory give us a guaranteed overrun here. Life in The Hague. Oh, you got to be kidding me, game. We're going to lose support, but I'm hoping that we will keep. We're still over 57 support. I don't want to pass laws, and I don't want to do anything like that. But we did get some money back. Oh wow! So we actually managed to escape. Okay. So while we're running through, I just want to go back to the hook and cod wars. Now, oops. Changes starts on no. Arms foot. Okay, so how close are we? We're still at 52% at the moment. So we should still, it was okay, I'm just going to pause. I don't know why I'm on let speed 3. I need to kind of slow up a little bit for the moment. Tax exemption, I'm certainly not going to grant that. I don't really want to upset the opposition because these guys are still a little bit upset. Everyone else is happy. What's our cabinet doing? Stabilizing the country, increasing control in North Holland. I think we've probably got the max control in this area now. Let me just see. Yeah, about arms foot. Yeah, I think we've got max control in there. So I think what we'll do is see if we can get these guys on something else. At the moment, actually, what were you doing? You're stabilizing the country. I would like to, if possible, we don't strengthen government legitimacy. We've got pretty good legitimacy at the moment. And obviously, it'd be nice to get it to 100%, but foster new culture. I don't really want to do that. Expel people, encourage migration, improve relations, develop a province. Let's have a look at Utrecht again. Oh, can I? What's the development here? I can't remember. Because I don't really know. I think maybe we will get them on. Maybe increasing the development change societal values. I don't really want to do that at the moment. That's some mainly because I just don't know what I'm actually doing. I think we're going to develop a province, but I think what we will do is develop South Holland rather than North Holland, actually, because we've got that area where we got a bit of a problem. So we'll go there, develop a province. Okay. Right, so just going to let the game run again. We still got the Black Death. I've looked at this. The only thing I can think of is there must be some Black Death lurking somewhere that's off the map. So the game still thinks that there's a Black Death. Back to the hook and cod wars. Now, I actually went back to a dev diary about this, and we've got to get, one of the other has got to get to 20 to win the cod wars. And this, although it's called a war, it doesn't seem to involve any form of actual battle. It's a battle of ideologies. And what I'm gathering from this is that the hooks are the aristocracy, the cods are the burghers, and what you get is these constant kind of getting knocked back constantly with respect to what you're actually doing here. So we've got Doggo Bank, ships not repairing, unhappy estates. So we've got the church and there, but they're very close. And of course, during the parliament, that they actually tick up. Court red hooved. Okay, what's this? All living creatures in our country are subject to the laws of man, regardless of whether they comprehend them or not. Recently, a sow has been caught murdering and consuming a child. Now stands trial for grievous crime. It is imperative the authorities uphold the impression of maintaining laws and order in the land to a assiduous manner, even if the defendant may not be human. Granting the trial, which observes legal customs to the fullest extent, provides people with a greater trust in the system. Everyone can call into question the expense of giving a full trial. We move social values towards traditionalism. I don't really want to lose stability for the price of 9 gold. I think we're just going to move the values towards traditionalism. Let me just see what that actually implies. Traditionalism. Now, I'll be completely upfront. I'll be completely up front. I don't really understand what these values do, but I would say that for Holland we need to go that way. So we're going to kind of go in the wrong way at the moment, but there's not much I can do about it. We've got the RGO missing things in here. So we've got this here. So this is we got a toll castle. Okay, got no idea what a toll castle is. We are slowly building back our population in this area, but we still got population shortage around. So we built a toll castle. What does a toll castle actually do then? Local food consumption plus 100%. So it just gives us more nobles, and it uses this stuff here. So it doesn't really do anything. It just sits there giving us more nobles. But you can see in this area we've got a massive shortage of laborers, which is not good. If we go to direct, I think we've got a bit of a small surplus at the moment, so we can possibly start thinking about pushing up here. But I think we've got the we could build a marketplace just to try and push up our income a little bit, because if we haven't got manpower to build everything, there's no point trying to kind of enhance the markets. Plus, I was looking at the markets; they all seem a little bit flat at the moment, simply because, of course, all the countries round us are a bit flat as well. So let me just go over and look at Armsfoot. So we've finally got all capabilities in here. Now, I don't know if this is right or not, but my kind of inclination at the moment is to develop the RGOs at the moment to give us a little bit more base capability. The game has a bit of a problem with Horn up here. We got a temple, we got the monastery. The other thing I wouldn't mind building, let me just see. Okay, let's see if we can pass what we got here, developing self. Yeah, the other thing, I'm just going to pause the game while we're doing this. I was actually reading it as a scriptorium. We don't have one at the moment, but it seems a scriptorium, if we come back to here, what this does is it produces books over here, and books can be profitable, but when you can see what it needs is dyes, paper, and lumber. But as far as I can tell, oops, sorry about that. Books are very, very useful. We could build one as well. Because what it would do is it says these are the best places to build a scriptorium. So it says Den Haag, which is a little bit more expensive, Middelburg, Amsterdam. And what this does is it actually produces books. And I think this actually has it's a way that you can actually make have an impact. I think it also contributes towards literacy. Build a scriptorium in Den Haag. Yeah, I think we're going to build a scriptorium in Den Haag. And we'll see if we can get that going. And then we can start to build an economy round that, you know, having the scriptorium there. Because I'm pretty sure books do contribute towards literacy, which then in turn works with research. When I'm rambling like this, always feel free to correct me if you feel that I'm wrong, because there's a good chance that I will be wrong. Should we just play a little bit faster, see if we can push the game forward? Hopefully we will get the Parliament. Just a quick check. Yeah, we're just over. The Chancellor reports landed degrees has decided to increase ties with our neighbours. So we gained 5 diplomats. Gelders and Flanders has increased opinion by 50%, 50 opinion points. That's good, because I'm trying to keep Flanders on side, because I think they are more powerful than us from a military perspective. Actually, if I right click, go to I think if we go to hostile actions, yeah, we're weaker than them. So I want to keep them on side at the moment, and so that they're happy. Also, Flanders also controls the market. We're gaining market share, but you can see that there are shortages in the market. Okay, so we've now gained intensive agriculture. That should help us a little bit with food. Our Chancellor reports to improve relations as much as he can. So we've now finished with Gelders. That means they probably won't come to war with us. Part of me feels that I think what we're going to do is we're going to prepare for the worst. I think our next target has to be Brabant. So we're going to start working on a spy network there. We got the actual diplomats for that. Okay, so the Cods have assembled a rebellious force in order to combat the Hooks. Many members of the DAO have an opportunity for themselves to force more privileges from the Hooks and face it. Okay. The Cods gain +1, but they lose 0.5. So what damage has been done now? Current 54, satisfaction equilibrium. I think this is where the damage is being done all the time, is with this Cod War thingy, is the fact that it comes there. What is the demand for paper production? Let's have a look. Paper. There's a lot of paper in the Bruges market, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. I just heard a donkey e-horn. So there's no point running a paper mill at the moment, is there? Yeah, I think what's happened here is that well, kind of everything is shut down now in the spinners, the Potters Guild, because they're unprofitable in the market. The Adele is still unhappy, but they get there. Populations with needs. We need fruit. We could. How much it costs to expand this here? 53. How much fruit is there in the market then? Okay, let's have a look. Fruit. So there is a shortage of fruit in the market. Demand is high. So if we can get to 53 ducats, there is an argument that we can make to actually build this RGO up. Oh, don't tell me there's disease instances. Well, we've got smallpox now. Smallpox, we've got a pretty high resistance to smallpox, if I remember correctly, because we've had smallpox before. So we've lost 12. Okay, the big guild falls short. Guild in Utrecht has found itself with insufficient funds to cover the damage of the shipment lost at sea, facing the possibility of disbandment. Under normal circumstances, it hardly concern this state, but the burghers are asking for a bailout, demanding the government pay for the loss in order to maintain stability and the region, allowing the guild to close there. So, nation will not meddle with their affairs. We lose 42 ducats. Is that going to be worth going into debt for? We gain 10 legitimacy. Gain 3 estate satisfaction, 20 estate. I think the burghers are pretty happy, aren't they? But the trouble is, to do that, we will have to go into debt by 20 ducats. We lose 7 stability. I can really hate this game, Simon. They lose 20% state satisfaction. We can't really afford it. I'm going to gamble here. We're going to go for that. That means we're going to have to get a loan. Yep. An interest rate. Okay. Balance. Debt. Is 3 with a total sum of 130. Wow. Including. How come I've got 3 debts? Is that because I borrowed the money from the market? Okay, I didn't realize that. Apologies, guys. We need to pay this back. Okay. I didn't realize that I was borrowing money. We need to find some way to kind of offset this. This COD war is a pain in the neck. Right, we're just gonna have to try and wing through this here. And just let the game run. We nearly got that there. We're developing South Holland. We're kind of building up what we got. We really need more roads. I'd like a road out to here as well, but we've got to pay off that money. We need some way to try and we can build that scriptorium. What is the price of mark books in the economy? Does it say effective supply target price is? So there's a little bit of oversupply, over demand for books. So maybe building that scriptorium wasn't such a good idea. Okay, let me just see. Okay, so let me just have a look at Den Haag. Where's the scriptorium? Oh, the scriptorium is actually in here. So we are making a small profit, and we got that profit there. And we do need to keep going. Unhappy estates, unprofitable buildings. We just need to keep improving that stability. Oops, I can't go away, please. Conflicts in protest, the borrowing over taxes, like experiencing customs policies become even more frequent. We're going to have to up. Okay, so state satisfaction. Okay, you guys are just going to have to be unhappy whether you like it or not, because I can't afford to borrow more money. Okay, we've now got a rebel movement here. That's just in Leiden. So I think we can deal with that should it become necessary. Why is it not showing rebels here? Okay, we're just going to keep plodding through, guys, and see. We got the market here is running okay, the Bruges market. Local food production plus 25. But what on earth is that? What on earth is that? I think that's a little bit of a graphics glitch. Let me just go back and look at missions. Mission focus. So how are we doing here? We have merchants in equal to 6 trades. So does that mean we've got to have 6 trades in here trading? Wow. According to this, we've got 13 trades. So it's not merchants then. So I don't really understand what this mission is expecting us to do. Let's expand the markets. We have merchants. Let me just have a look at this. Merchants are a company law to the country that are present in the market and can use their trade advantage and trade capacity to trade goods with another market. So is that saying that in the market, which we've got no control over, so if we go back to here, go to the market, at the moment we've got 5 merchants in it, but there must be other people. The Kingdom of England is in the market. I'm not exactly sure. So somehow we've got, let me just see here, 1.24 Hanseatic League. So these other merchants are outsiders who have come into the market. So we need one more trader in the market to get that achievement. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, sorry. Is there any way we can pay back partial amounts of money? Let's have a look at this, paying the debt back. Can we repay all possible loans? Okay. If I click that, that will wipe out that money, and then we'll have to borrow money again. A sad day for the Empire. Okay. Is there any way that we can cut our costs? We've got no diplomatic influence, but we've got loads of diplomatics here. We don't have any court costs at the moment. I'm just going to try and sneak through a little bit of money into the court costs. See if we can improve things that way. See, I'd like to build fruit into this market here. So what's the market price at the moment? See, I think we could make a little bit of money from fruit here, but we need to get to 53 ducats. What are you guys building here? What on earth is this? Building a guild hall in Detroit. Okay. What on earth is a guild hall? Okay, no idea. How's the rebel movement going? Monthly change. Okay, support for the alliance. Our allies, the COD faction, are in need of further resources against the Hook faction. Unfortunately for us, they're not the only ones who can side with the COD. The boys are promised to support our cause. Boys gets the event, support the alliance. So Blois loses 112 things. The CODs gain plus 2 points influence. Oh, that could be... Actually, we're going to go for that, actually. We get 2 points. We're going to go with that, actually. Blois lets us down. Hook gain 2 points. I should have known that. So but I couldn't spend the money, so there was no point trying to do anything about that. Yeah, we're paying 0.83 interest. Stability investment minus 1.3. Okay. That was a con job, wasn't it? Nobility rebellion. Welcome. Okay. Oh, we gained 1 point from that. So you've now got a guild hall in Utrecht. Where is the guild hall then? Can we see it? Got a granary. Granaries are quite useful. We've got a mason. Actually, let's have a look at put the filter on. Tell me all the closed buildings here. Got a paper maker here. It's saying that we've got a paper market in the Hague. Is that actually open? Oh, the new count. We've got a ruler. So we've actually got a ruler. The brother will rule as one. We'll add the joint ruling government reform. The country can only have one major reform at a time. Set cabinet members cost to -20. Stability to go. Possible government reforms +1 monthly. Okay, the monarchy will not be separated. We will rule as one. Joint ruling. We'll add the joint ruling command government. Okay, so we're going to go with that. And that gives us stability and legitimacy. Right, let's just have a look at our new count. He's 16. He's ambitious, childhood trait. We'll just let him play through that there. He's not the best, is he? Okay. Reformation of the Navy. Plus naval tradition. Change social values. +2 towards naval currency. What's this here? What's Navy tradition? With experienced navies, the battles, blockades, and other things. I think I probably would push that actually towards naval traditions in values. Because that will push this even further this way. Here we go. Burghers Rebellion. The heir can have a better education. Grant them some privileges. Hooks give them no quarter. You've got to be kidding me. Urban development grants lose 7 stability. Also, we'll grant urban development grants to the burghers. I think that's going to add to wherever it is, country, estates. Right, I'm going to grant that because I've got a feeling it's going to turn up on here. Yep, they've got urban development grants. Okay, let me just pause the game so we can see what this actually is. These guys are gaining more and more power, which is good. What's this? So you can get things into here just by events. It's something I didn't know. Monthly development. Well, in some ways that's not bad. and we also got progress towards innovation. So if I let the game run, that will improve. So that's not that bad actually. Urban development grants. It's just that it's annoying everybody else again. So it's improving monthly development, and it's also moving. Okay, what's the def? He was died age 48. He was Admiral of the Navy. His first. Okay, so we've just lost a guy. Pause. I need time to think. Implementation, monthly towards innovation. But according to this, we're still state satisfaction equilibrium 0.85. We're still, maybe it will take a little while to take effect and move back. Okay, air. Got a 14-year hold. He's got a balanced education. He's the heir. I'm going to go administrative again. So hopefully our current heir is only 16. Range of royal marriage. Okay. It would be. What can we rate? My 8. Oh, could we measure? She's 17. She's got some good reasonable stats. Propose a royal marriage with Gelders, but was not in line for the throne of the Gelders. So that's okay. We're not worried about that. It will give us 0.9. Oops, sorry about this. That's prestige. While they gain 6 prestige. Yeah, that's okay. Positive, negative. One or more positive, negative reasons for Gelders' trust towards Holland. Opinion improves. Yes, we'll go for that. Could we actually get an alliance with you? Do we have an alliance with you? En route. Okay, so we can't do it at the moment. Another alliance with Gelders could be useful. Burger literature, advanced research, maximum literacy. Oh, this is something that we do want, is improve literacy. Okay, so we've now run out of research. Okay, research tree. Let's have a look at. So at the moment we're embracing tradition. We've got the age of traditions, which was there anything left there? What we've got is monthly religious influence. I'm not really that interested in that. Something tells me that it's time to focus a little bit more on the Renaissance. I think we've gone down this route, haven't we, so far? Can you stop, please, game? I'm trying to do something. Okay, lose legitimacy. I think the problem with this is that because I think he is not of our culture, I think if I was going to play long term, I think we're going to need to, because he's a Picard. What they really needs to do is change the culture of the family. All countries with Picard culture, yeah, we had that before. We need to do something about that, but recurrent warfare, war with no cost as bad. Yeah, well, we're not really planning on going to war. Local mobility, advanced state equilibrium. Yeah, not really interested in that. Subject opinions improve. What we got here? Improve relations. Clerical literature. Renaissance city planning. Maximum RGO. So, I think I certainly would like that. Formal cities, city costs, founding costs, cheaper supply limit for land warfare. Don't really want the Inquisition. Church attend. Okay, we'll stick with what we got at the moment. You lose religious okay, we're Anarchy Alkmaar. While the Aldale battles for preferred claimant, the royal settlement of Alkmaar has fallen into complete anarchy. The Boran refuse to pay their tribute on their side. Hooks gain. I think the Hooks are going to win, aren't they? But I think probably at the end of the day, it doesn't really make any difference who wins. Okay, that loses control. That's going to cost us money, but we can repair control. in Alkmaar. Where was it? Was it Armsford? Yeah, this is, where was it? Again, sorry. It was Alkmaar, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to need the cabinet. Where are you? Country, cabinet. You're developing South Holland. We got to improve control. Where are you? In there. Because that's going to cost us money. Wow. That completely destroyed our control. Still got the Black Death lingering. I've got no idea where it is. Can we pay back a debt alone? Let me just experiment with this. Current loans there. Repay all possible loans. Okay, so we've repaid one loan. So the way it works is that you pay the individual loans here. Current loans. Okay. So when we got spare 30 cash, so you can repay these individually, declare bankruptcy. Okay, so that makes sense. So I now understand how to repay loans. So I suppose everything has a silver lining, doesn't it? Arms for I'd like to 53. I really would like to expand this RGO. The alternative is, can we get some market? I think we've got maximum markets here, haven't we? No, we've got 3 out of 3 there. Detrict. You got 2 out of 4. 1 in Detrict, 1 in Horn. And that's going to cost us 32. It's going to cost us 32. So they're all going to cost us 32. I think probably the next thing we probably need to do is try and improve our market presence, as if we can get more money that way. And we may be ruled until that time. Well, I don't think that's a problem, so we can get rid of that. Laborian insurgents. Okay, these guys have now got themselves on the chart here, so this must appear when they get to a certain level. We're not going to do anything about them. We'll just bash them once they rise. It depends on how big the army is. Hops need fruit. Yeah, I think if we can get the fruit, that would make them a bit happier, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, here we go again. Disobedience of Utrecht. The city of Holland sees this mission keeps coming round and round and round and over and over and over again. It says the cities of Holland see our current system slip away from the control of either side. The town of Utrecht in particular shown disobedience, while they undermine the current state of legitimacy and defiance of paying taxes to the hooks that come in handy. We lose 42. Utrecht loses 33% control now. But we are actually improving control in Utrecht at the moment here. So hopefully that will rebuild the control back again. But right, we're building. I'm going to do this. Go away. Create a casus belli. I still don't really understand how we can't do those. No casus belli. Select a casus belli. Humiliate rival. Okay, we're going to build that. Here we go. That's twice the game's hit us with that. That means the control in Utrecht is 0. So we're actually basically everything is rubbish now. Okay. I'm really starting to hate the Hook and Cod Wars. I can understand why most people say they're a bit of a disaster. We don't humiliate rival 3.9%. Do we need a spy network here? We can cancel building the spy network, abandoned. That will build up over time. The trouble is, how's our population? Our population's kind of flatlined a little bit. We don't have any money. What are you building? Oh, these guys are building a castle there. That's going to be bad news. Right, gift. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take the money, the prestige. No, I'm going to take the prestige because at the moment it's costing us prestige decay. As the following effects: cultural influence, skill of new artists, antagonist, diplomatic reputation, market attraction, great power score, exempt from fourth. It's part of me that says I want that money. I think we're going to go for the money, and what I'm going to do is we're going to come here and we are going to expand that and get some more fruit here. So if we can make some money indirectly that way. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.